Gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? It's time for the final countdown. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's rock.
Welcome in, everybody, to another amazing night of racing here with Heart to Heart Motorsports. This is your host, Bobby Boy, with your co-host, J-Dog, in the booth. We are here and excited and getting ready to get geared up for a whole new season of Latemodel Stocks, and we're also getting ready to gear up with the Gen 4 series, broadcasted by Motormouth Broadcasting. So if you haven't checked your schedule yet, please make sure you check out ours. We're getting ready to kick up some wild gear. What's going on, J-Dog?
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's been a long time since we've been on here, so it's going to be an exciting race here in Richmond. We're just going to have to see what's happening this year.
Yes, sir. We're still in practice. We can still have a few drivers join us here as we're still into the practice stage of this. And hopefully we'll get a few more in here and get geared up. This is just a practice race, preseason, getting ready to get geared up for a full 12-week season here, starting October 22nd with these Latemodel Stocks on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if y'all haven't checked your schedule, please make sure you mark that schedule. And please don't forget to subscribe. Don't miss out on any future heart-to-heart racing. I am so excited and geared up and ready to go for this. I don't know, J-Dog. It's definitely going to be a whole different ball game this season with these cars. It's going to look really good.
Ever since the major update we had this year, it's going to be a really good season for these late models. We'll just have to see what's going to happen when the season begins in October 22nd.
Yes, sir. Definitely going to be some close battling and some close racing with these cars. These cars can really put out a really close race.
And that is true. They can put out a really good race. We just got to have to see what happens when we hit the first feature.
Looks like we just had another driver join, Joe Flack, in the building. You know, it's always exciting to see these drivers come out here, put that effort out to practice together, because, you know, that's going to make a really good season. It's going to make some really clean racing between all the drivers, and definitely will put out a good battle.
That is true. It's definitely going to be a good, tough season for these gentlemen, so we're just going to have to see how good of a show they're really going to put on tonight.
We got about a minute left of practice here before these guys jump into qualifying here, guys. We're going to step away for a moment and get everything settled here. We're going to go ahead and turn you over to a commercial break real quick. Let's thank our sponsors here with Heart to Heart Motorsports for everything they do. So, got to show them some love here. Let's show them a little bit of love, and we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Aaron Lane from Bass Tire.
Hi, I'm Steve Bass. We're here at the legendary Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Good tires and brakes are important on this race car, and so are the tires and brakes on your vehicle.
For the very best in tires, brakes, and auto service, come make a pit stop at Bass Tire.
Serving Nashville for over 35 years.
On Nolensville Road, next to the zoo.
From custom millwork to hands-on training to the best products in the industry, T.W. Perry, Builder's First Source, helps you do more. Each of our locations includes showrooms featuring windows and doors, decking and railing products, and a wide range of materials designed to inspire your next project. From concept to completion, you have a chance to see, touch, and compare the products that bring your vision to life. T.W. Perry, Builder's First Source, building better together.
All right, and we're back, and we're kicking off here with qualifying here as we take a look here at Ronald Robinson going around now making his qualifying run.
Looking pretty good right now in the Fruity Pebbles car.
Take a look here at Adam Roberts. Adam's going to finish up his qualifying run there with a 22.593. Looks like we'll only have one heat tonight.
Here comes Andrew into 31. Let's see what he'll do out here in his qualified run.
And that Chasing Muscle Cars vehicle there, looking real good in that Latemodel there. Nice new paint scheme this season for Chasing Muscle Cars, one of our sponsors here at Heart to Heart. Let's also not forget to thank CNL Carpets here as well. T.W. Perry, brand new sponsor coming in this season, helping us out here with Heart to Heart Motorsports. All the amazing sponsors of Heart to Heart Motorsports, Buchanan Resort, Bass Tire. All of you guys, amazing. Thank you so much for everything you do. We wouldn't be racing without you. Getting geared up for a new season. Got a lot of new drivers and looking for some high-speed races here. It's going to be very awesome here. We do got a new feature here with Heart to Heart Motorsports. Let's not forget to check out the new driver cam feature here. We'll check it out here in just a few minutes. Let's also not forget to thank Alan Tillery Buick GMC also for everything they do, you know, keeping it amazing like they do. Always being here since day one of Heart to Heart Motorsports, always showing their love and their support, you know. So all these amazing sponsors and everybody. So much love to all of you.
Here comes Bobby Joe with the Bass Tire.
Let's take a quick look at him here in the driver cam view. He's on driver cam tonight. Look at him wearing that Bass Tire gear there, representing in that 02. Putting down this qualifying run here. Let's see what he can do here. Currently putting them in that P3 position for that first lap.
Made it a little bit faster with a 22.583.
Awesome qualifying run there. Ends up in P2 there. Now we're going to have Dan Collison go out there in that number 12.
Tell you what, these cars actually do sound pretty good tonight. See what Dan does for his first lap. His first lap was a 22.8, not 7. Let's see if we can pick it up a little bit here on the second lap, final lap.
Getting a little bit of free off those corners. You see, driving it off hard.
Seemed like he got a little bit of too much gas coming off of that turn 2 there. Final turn. Dropped it a little bit, 22.693. Pretty good finish there for Dan.
Qualified. All right, looks like we only got one driver left to qualify here as of right now. That's Daniel in the 240. Just waiting on him to line up here and get qualifying. And we'll be getting ready to hit the track for one heat race, 15 laps, and then we'll take it over to a 100-lap feature here tonight. So it definitely is going to be a lot of fun, a lot going to happen tonight. Wow, would you look at that view? Isn't that awesome? That's really awesome. That's just like being at the track there. This track has some beautiful views and some nice scenery here. So it's going to be really fun here, y'all. We got about 2 minutes left to go here on qualifying, and then we'll be cranking it up, ready to kick some fast laps here. And we'll see what these guys can do, if they can battle it out or if leader's just going to take off and go. You know, we don't know. We're looking forward to a lot more drivers during the season, though. Looking forward to see at least close to 15 to 20 drivers on the track, hopefully. We picked up a lot of new drivers here during our off season, so we're looking to pick up some new talent here and see what all these drivers can do. Put out some good run for you all. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on our future races. Heart to Heart Motorsports is going to be cranking up the season October 22nd, everybody. October 22nd. I cannot say it enough. Make sure you write it down. We'll be going live every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. That'll be 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Same with the Gen 4 series, everybody. We'll be cranking that up with Motormouth Broadcasting on YouTube. You can subscribe to his channel. Make sure you give him a follow. He will be broadcasting our Gen 4 series starting October 26th, and that will be every Sunday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure y'all are checking out showingheartfam.com, y'all, so you don't miss out on any future heart-to-heart content. You can see our schedules there. We update our points there, so make sure you come check us out. If you got a favorite driver, make sure you're out there giving them a shout-out, you know. Make sure you're following us on that YouTube channel. Very important, y'all. Much love to everybody here tonight, everyone. Let's get it. We're getting ready to gear up. These guys are getting ready to line it up here for a 15-lap heat. This is when these guys really throw it down, pedal to the metal here. So we're excited to see what's going to happen here. Right, J-Dog?
Yeah, this race is definitely going to be exciting. We're getting ready to gear up here in the next about 25 seconds. We'll just have to see how these guys are going to do in this first heat.
everybody, we're lining up. It's time to go racing here. Here's going to be your starting grid up for the first heat and only heat of the race. For 15 laps, everybody, that's going to be your starting lineup. So the nice thing about these heat races, these guys can really send these cars on these heat races. It's only 15 laps, you know, and they get a chance to, refresh their car if something happens here. Cautions do not count under the heat races, only in the feature. There's a lot of points on the table during the season, so there are points up for grabs as well for these heat races. There's points up for grab for the qualifying during the season, so there's lots of points up for grab here in these cars. These cars definitely going to put out some good racing this season. I tell you what, I really like that Fruity Pebbles car. That number 8 looks really sharp.
It really does. Actually, I ain't much on Fruity Pebbles except for the chocolate ones, actually.
Looks like Daniel didn't make the start there, so I'm guessing he's out of the game. Hopefully we can get him to get up in here, or at least for the feature. So we'll see. All right, pace car should be going in this time.
Pace car's off. Green flag.
Off to a great start by both drivers there, inside and outside lane. The 82 is going to be pushing on that 8 there a little bit there on the start, trying to get a better run there. Now 12 and the 91 trying to connect. Now the 82 on the outside lane there, staying behind that 8, trying to make that outside lane work. The 02 now looking inside of the 91, now making his way up to P4.
Around turn 2 now, heading back to the back straightaway here at Richmond.
Andrew now looking to make something happen in the 31.
Andrew now trying to pro right beside the 82.
31 running a little bit lower line there, so he's definitely getting that little bit better run coming off those corners. At the 8 of Ronald trying to peek to the outside, going to scrub the wall a little bit there. Now the 31's going to get his run to the inside with the 02 right behind him.
The 02 now staying right behind Andrew on the front straightaway now, going into 1. Single file now back straightaway now, going into 3.
The 8 driving it off the corners a little too hard, going to get into the wall again.
02 now trying to slip in right behind Andrew now on the 31. Going in a little bit close right there around turn 1 and 2 now, going back straightaway.
02 now to the inside.
Side by side 3 and 4 now coming to front straightaway.
Now at the line.
02 now starting to focus on the 82 now and start to pull a little bit ahead of Andrew. Now going back straightaway. Will pitch in right there, right behind there, Bobby Joe on the left-hand side. Now on the inside, now going into turn 1 now.
O2's going to have to keep running that lower line there just to keep Andrew kind of behind him, unless Andrew can get a high side run here.
L2 now trying to look the inside. The 82 now coming to front on turn 4 now on front straightaway. The feature hasn't even began yet. This right here is just a feature. Oh, it's going to hold now for the actual race. 31 now, right beside Bobby Joe on the inside now, coming in turn 1.
31 getting a good run there. Good run, pushing hard. Lane on the outside there, getting a great push off of that wall there, coming off the corner, getting him a good run. Yeah, he's definitely got that green suit on. He's definitely bright in there. You can definitely see that thing from a mile away. We're going to have to check out his pit crew when he goes into pit. They will have a pit stop tonight here during this race here around that 85 lap mark because they're not going to make it all the way on fuel. So they're definitely going to need to go in at one point tonight and get fuel during this race. So we got 5 laps to go in this first heat. Let's see what's going to happen. 31 driving it off hard. They're going to get in the wall. The 02's going to get back to the inside and get around. Now with 4 to go, has he got enough time to get up to that 82 of Adam? Adam now putting out a good run here.
Adam holding a consistent lead right now. Bobby Joe's not too far behind now on for straightaway. Andrew still looking the inside of Bobby Joe now on back straightaway. Andrew now side by side with Bobby Joe now coming fresh straightaway.
They said we're going to at least give it a battle for second here, you know. They're definitely battling each other out here. You know, I don't know. I believe if they would have just stayed behind each other there, you know, they could really push up to that other car there. You know, racing, and it's a heat race, a small race at that, just a few laps. So you're pushing it to the limits. You're trying to give it all you got.
Final lap.
Adam here in the 82. This is going to be his first appearance here with Heart to Heart. He's going to take the checkered flag here with the first heat. So looking great here as we get ready to gear up here, everybody. Now we're going to do a little 5-minute warm-up here and head over and do a 100-lap race. Here's going to be your results for that heat race right there. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. All right. We had 7 in here tonight. That's good. At least we got some time to practice tonight, get everything geared up for the season. We want to make sure everything works for you all so you can enjoy good racing at all times. So much love to everybody. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. We're going to step away again here for a quick moment, and we'll be right back before we get ready to go green flag racing.
From custom millwork to hands-on training to the best products in the industry, TW Perry, Builder's First Source, helps you do more. Each of our locations include showrooms featuring windows and doors, decking and railing products, and a wide range of materials designed to inspire your next project. From concept to completion, you a chance to see, touch, and compare the products that bring your vision to life. T.W. Perry, Builder's First Source, building better together.
Hi, I'm Aaron Lane from Bass Tire.
Hi, I'm Steve Bass. We're here at the legendary Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Good tires and brakes are important on this race car, and so are the tires and brakes on your vehicle.
For the very best in tires, brakes, and auto service, come make a pit stop at Bass Tire.
Serving Nashville for over 35 years.
On Nolensville Road, next to the zoo.
All right, everybody, that's going to be our sponsors there with Heart to Heart Motorsports. Let's also not forget to thank CNL Carpets and Chasing Muscle Cars, everybody. Show them the love and the support they need here. We're still about 2 minutes in this warm-up left to go, and then we're going to be geared up here for 100 laps tonight with seven drivers coming in tonight to show their support and get this thing all set up for us tonight as we get ready to go racing here. Taking a look at all these drivers running around here. We'll take a look at the 02 of Lane here. And the driver cam of the year. Let's go.
Looking pretty good right there in the Bass Tire.
Definitely has a bright green suit on there. You can see that new suit he has. It's really bright there. He's got that new team member suit, so he can actually see the driver's pit crew when he goes into pit road. It definitely helps, I believe, especially on a crowded pit road when you get a lot of drivers out there. So, I can see that. I can see it. So awesome. Looks good here as we're geared up, ready to go here. Number 8 of Ronald, putting out a lot of speed tonight here. The real question is, it's going to be who can really stay off that wall and not overdrive it off these corners. That's really going to be the secret here tonight, and not burn up that right front tire.
That's the whole trick here, Richmond, is actually to keep an eye on those tires, especially on the right side, because they will eat the tires up. These tires are a little bit better made as the ones as we use it now in these newer cars compared to these late models.
So tell me, everyone out there watching tonight, which driver are you voting for here? Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Who is going to take it all here for 100 laps tonight? Anybody got a say in the comments there what they think is going to happen here? All right, we're getting ready to line it up here behind the pace car. Here's going to be your starting lineup, everybody, with Daniel going to start in P1, but I'm not really sure he's in the room. It looks like he never got reconnected there, so he's definitely not going to be starting first. That's going to put Dan Cullison up there towards the front because he'll be able to move forward here. Now with Bobby Joe Lane in 5th and Andrew in P6 here, they're going to start a little bit more in the back here as the field inverts off of the heat race here. So it makes it more challenging here. Adam's going to start in that P7 spot. I'm sure he wasn't expecting that. I don't know if anybody told him that the field inverts there, but now he knows. Definitely going to make it more challenging here, and now we're getting ready to hit it off for 100 laps.
Even though that Richmond is not actually on our racing schedule, this is a good preseason warm-up for these gentlemen coming up October 22nd.
Definitely a more challenging track. A lot of speed on this track, for these cars. So they're going to have a lot of time to practice here during this off season, as we still got a little bit of time left here, about almost a month to go. But we're getting ready to get it. We're getting ready to hit these gears and get to shifting. Let's go.
These cars out here looking pretty good out here on this track tonight. So hopefully we'll keep it clean enough to keep those cars looking really good as they do now.
So nice little beautiful glare coming off of them. We'll see if that continues to happen here as now the pace car's in.
Green flag here in Richmond.
Now Joe Flash going to get a good run on that outside lane with the number 8 of Ronald in the back. Now with the 12 looking back to the inside, trying to push hard to push his way back up towards the front. The 91 going to scrub the wall there a little bit. It's going to make things tight. The 8 and the 02 is going to bump sides there. 02 now looking at the inside of the 91. Oh,
3
82
wide
and
right
the
now.
8
3
and the
wide in the
91 and the
back.
8 get into each other here. But they continue to keep going. No caution thrown.
Bobby Joe now right behind Dan Colson now going into turn 1. Bobby Joe trying to look on the inside now, Dan Colson.
The 82 making his way up there. He's starting to push his way towards the front of this pack here, trying to gain that momentum to get up to that 02. 02 still to the inside of Dan here. 02 pushing hard, trying to make his way to the front of this field so he can try to pull away.
The 82 did look pretty good in that first feature here in the first heat of this race. Now Bobby Joe side by side, the 12, now going into 1. Still side by side now, back straightaway.
Putting on a great start to this race. It actually will help keep the rest of this field really tight with these guys side by side like this. So puts out a better race for everyone. So really good here. Ooh, the 12 getting a little bit loose there. Almost going to get into the 02, but he makes it clear. Now going to dip in behind, but the 82 is there. The 82 now looking to make his way around the 12.
Adam Robinson, the 82 now, starting to sneak up right behind Bobby Joe now coming to front straightaway.
82 now in P2. Dan gonna drive it off hard right there. Gonna get into the wall a little bit there.
The inside the 82 now on the front straightaway.
What they're carrying a lot of speed here, you know. Definitely got a lot of speed going into these corners. We're seeing tops of 127 miles an hour.
Coming off now, turn 3 now. Bobby Joe still got the 82 still right behind him, not too far now.
Now your top 4 all here close together, tightening it up.
I just saw Andrew scrape the wall a little bit going into 1.
Well, I'll tell you what, that wall's no place to be. You're better to slow down and just get that momentum back. But you don't want to keep scraping that wall. You're going to have too much damage.
31 now, right beside Dan now, front straightaway. Battle for 3rd and 4th right there. Side by side now, front going first turn now, going in the back straightaway.
The 02 still trying to maintain that lead position there. As the 82, it keeps closing the gap closer and closer each lap. Now Andrew in P3. They're putting up quite a show here in the front of this field here. Go back here for a quick second here. Take a look at Joe Flack here. Back here in the back of the field here. Gotten in a little bit of that mix up here early on. So unfortunately that's going to hurt him a little bit. But if they get a caution, he'll be right in a good spot. Same for Ronald here. Ronald Robinson in the 8 going to get into that mess also. Now in P5 here with about a 2-second gap, but he's closing the gap. So he could possibly still catch up to this field as we get later in this run. Now the 82 falling back here a little bit. Now going to cut into the back of this line in P4 here. Andrew now peeking to the bumper of the 02.
Joe Flash did have a little damage on his car just a few minutes ago from that last accident, so hopefully he'll be able to stay in this race. The car looks fine. He's driving it fine. He looks like he's not even in trouble, so he's still got a fast repair to use if he's really got to use it.
Now side by side again for P4.
Good battle between here, Adam Robinson, Dan Colson for third.
Now Andrew still trying to close that gap here on the 02.
First and second is starting to pull away a little bit between third and fourth there. Andrew now trying to look in the inside of Bobby Joe now coming in turn 4 now going front straightaway.
Sir, we are too. Hope you're as excited as we are. I know we're ready to get going here. Now let's go take a look here at your race leader here, driver Cam here. Race leader putting out some good speed here tonight. He is looking very consistent, but that 31 is knocking on that back door here. Looking like some good speed he's got going on here. Now, definitely putting it out. Bobby Joe Lane in at 02. Everybody looking amazing out here tonight. Let's go, everyone. Let's go. All right, got a lot of good battles going on tonight. I'm excited to see what this race is going to continue to put out here. Now, the Andrew in that 31 still trying to make it happen. Adam trying to close the gap in P3. Dan Collison back there in P4.
Bobby Joe's been holding a good consistent lead now. 31 still trying to knock on that back door. Coming around turn 4 now. Andrew still trying to close that gap, and Bobby Joe now going around turn 1.
Looks like we're going to have Joe Flash going into pit road there. Got a little bit of damage on that right side there, but he's going to get that fixed and hopefully get back out there, and he'll be able to get a few of those laps back here. Now, racing back to your race leader in the 31 now, putting out a great battle here.
I've seen Joe Flash use that fast repair to fix his car, so we'll hopefully see if he can do better when he comes back out on the track.
You're just seeing a lot of these drivers taking and over-driving it out of the corner there, you know, because they're trying to push this car to the limits. But, you know, the question is how hard do you actually drive it off this corner, you know? You're looking at a lot of speed coming into these corners at 127 miles an hour, and then you're pushing off of the corner right at about 100 miles an hour. So you're really only dropping down about 20 miles an hour in these corners. That's how much momentum you're pushing.
Andrew trying to close that gap behind there, Bobby Joe. Front straightaway now.
The real thing is if Andrew just sticks here behind him this whole time and doesn't try to battle him, that's going to put him in a really good position to save those tires and not really push it to the limit to make himself just fall off.
And that is true. You really got to protect these tires here at this track because it can eat them alive. We'll just have to see what happens here at Bobby Joe. Still holding a good, consistent lead here on lap 27.
Sir, he come in prepared tonight, put on that Bass Tire t-shirt, and he said, I'm here to win it. Let's go. They are definitely putting it out there. Scott Kaz in the chat with Heart to Heart Racing said, let's go. Just want to say thank you to everybody watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. Don't miss out on any future Heart to Heart races coming up here soon. October 22nd, Heart to Heart Motorsports is hitting the track. Green flag for a 12-week season starting on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, we'll be cranking up the Gen 4 series with Motormouth Broadcasting on YouTube, so make sure you go subscribe to him so you don't miss out on our Gen 4 series, everybody. Gen 4 series, some very fast racing cars, old-style NASCAR, so you're looking at some really high speeds compared to these late model stocks, and it's going to put on a wild one here. Going to be some big runs, a lot of big tracks, big racing, you know. I'm excited to see what everything happens. So, starting that up at October 26th, everybody. So please make sure you go check out Motormouth Broadcasting on YouTube and hit that subscribe button for me. Thank you so much to everybody out there watching. We appreciate you. We wouldn't be a league here without you watching. So much love to all of you out there, everybody, as they are still up here in this top 3, putting on a good run here with now 70 laps to go with a caution-free run here so far.
Andrew backed off a little bit from Bobby Joe just to try to save and consume his tires. But they're getting close to this pit window here coming up pretty soon. We're getting close to here next about 18 laps here. We will be hitting the halfway point, so we will end up seeing if any drivers will actually take that bite and actually go into the pits.
So you're not really going to, I don't believe you're really going to see anybody get in till really late in this race. That's not, they have plenty of fuel here. They have almost 80 laps of fuel here. So they're definitely going to be able to make a lot longer run here. And it's going to come down to it, though, on the tires is where it's really going to come. Now with the 82, now looking at the inside of that 31, you know. But the question is that 31 just conserving enough here? Or is these tires already starting to wear down here? You know, as we're already in 34 laps, these tires could definitely be worn, as we saw these guys battling it out really hard early on in this race.
And that's true. And that's the whole point of racing, man. You got to actually give them a good show. And this has been a good show here in Richmond so far. As Bobby Joe has been dominating. So we'll just have to see what's going on when everybody else can catch up to Bobby Joe.
The tires are starting to slip away for sure. We're going to have Dan Collison back here in P4 with about almost a 4-second gap here, trying his best to close that gap into that P3, or just hoping for a caution here as well. Then you're going to have Ronald back here behind him with the 3 seconds behind Dan here. And then you're going to have Joe Flack currently down 2 laps here. So hopefully these guys will get a little caution or something, you know. We'll see what happens here and hope for the best for them. As we're 65 laps to go here with Lane still leading this race and the 82s trying to close that gap.
Single fall back straight away.
look at this 82. He's pushing really hard here, getting caught up to this 02. 02 going to get a little free off of that last corner, getting a little tight off the corner.
These tires are actually starting to wear down just a little bit. If you look at the times between Bobby Joe and
Adam's definitely pushing up a good run here. Andrew's still keeping a nice close gap as well. A lot of good speed going on between these three.
he's going to show you what really is going to happen this coming up season, this October 22nd.
You know, I believe it's going to be a little more tougher. You're going to have a lot more cars on this track, you know, so that's why it's best these guys come in here and practice together and do what they do here during this off season, because it definitely is going to put out some better racing. But so far, we're green right now with 60 laps to go here with Heart to Heart Motorsports.
Adam now right behind Bobby Joe, now looking the inside, now coming to back straightaway. Now it's side by side back straightaway. Those tires are starting to wear down now. Bobby Joe is starting to back off. We'll just have to see when he's going to go inside to the pit road to get some fresh tires.
'82 of Adam will lead that lap.
He looked pretty good during the feature now, and he's now coming up first again in the pole position now. Bobby Joe not too far behind him. So we'll just have to see what's going to happen.
Your heat race winner said, I'm coming to lead a few. Get ready. I'm going to give it all I've got, and we're going to try to win a heat and a feature.
Ooh, 82 now just scraping the front straightaway wall now going into turn one. Bobby Joe's catching up just a little bit enough to hopefully take that pole position back.
No, I really believe the pit strategy is really going to come to play here now. It's going to really determine when they go in here, I believe.
Turn three now, Bobby Joe looking, he's started back off just a little bit now in front and straightaway.
Andrew going to currently fall behind a little bit there. Definitely got the tires worn out there a little bit. He's now down to a 2-second gap behind Bobby Joe Lane there in the 02. You know, if he can keep it pretty consistent and get a good pit here, he can definitely come back and make a good run here.
Single file now, back straightaway going in turn three. Field is spread it out pretty far apart now between second place and third place right now.
As now these race leaders are starting to catch up to Joe Flack here a little bit. Going to have some good running here as we're hitting that halfway mark. He's definitely helped conserve those tires a little early on, and it's definitely showing right now.
It seems like he's starting to catch up to Joe Flash in the 91. He's going to end up getting lapped again. He's been having a tough race ever since that first accident, since the beginning of the race. So we'll just have to see how Joe's going to be doing as long as this race keeps on continuing. As now we're coming up to the halfway point, we can.
All right, and then got the 0-2 coming in for pits. This is going to be the time now. Adam coming into pit road as well. You're going to see a lot of drivers pit right here. You must see Joe Flack stay out. If I was Joe Flack, I'd stay out and try to get those laps back if I could. Definitely the time to do it right now.
Here comes the leader to the pits.
Seeing a lot of drivers come onto pit road here. Dan now into pit road as well. The 8 of Ronald now going to come in after leading a lap there. The 82 is out and on the track. Right, that's going to put Joe Flack in the 91, just a single lap down now. So if there's a caution, he will be able to get that lap back, and he'll be back on that lead lap. So good for Joe Flack there. Let's go, Flash. Let's get it. All right, everybody. Now that we're at that a little bit halfway mark, we're going to go ahead and step away for a minute and thank our sponsors. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Aaron Lane from Bass Tire.
Hi, I'm Steve Bass. We're here at the legendary Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Good tires and brakes are important on this race car, and so are the tires and brakes on your vehicle.
For the very best in tires, brakes, and auto service, come make a pit stop at Bass Tire.
Serving Nashville for over 35 years.
On Nolensville Road, next to the zoo.
From custom millwork to hands-on training to the best products in the industry, TW Perry, Builder's First Source helps you do more. Each of our locations includes showrooms featuring windows and doors, decking and railing products, and a wide range of materials designed to inspire your next project. From concept to completion, you have a chance to see, touch, and compare the products that bring your vision to life. TW Perry, Builder's First Source, building better together.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you to all of the sponsors of Heart to Heart. Let's not forget CNL Carpets with Greg Langford, everybody. Also, let's not forget Chasing Muscle Cars, everyone. Make sure you go check out their Facebook or their YouTube page. Also, everybody, one of the greatest car groups you'll ever see. Let's go, everybody. 40 laps to go here, and Lane is now leading this race again, the 0-2 of Lane, with Adam currently back there with a 2-second gap, trying to make his way back up here since this last pit. Andrew's going to still be in that P3 position with about a 14-second gap against second place there, so he's a little bit behind. Dan Collison's going to be in P4. Behind P3, only about 2 seconds. So we're going to have Ronald Robinson back there in P5 as well, and Joe Flack 1 lap down in P6.
This race has been green so far. It has been so exciting now. Bobby Joe holding a good, consistent lead. Now I'm back straightaway.
And Ronald getting into a lot of that trouble early on, you know, but the 0-2 is now looking to make his way around to lap Ronald, you know. Tell you what, hopefully Ronald will have a little bit better luck this coming up season, and we'll get some more practice races going on here, you know, before the season cranks up. So I'm sure these drivers will have plenty of time to get these things in order here. But definitely, I'm excited to see what the kind of paint schemes they're going to bring out this year, because I'm telling you, that Fruity Pebbles one there is making me want some Rice Krispie treats. I'm just saying.
Tough race for all these drivers right now for this preseason race. It's looking really good out here so far. Bobby Joe now get ready past the Fruity Pebbles car. Field is pretty good spread it out so far. There's action all over this track right now. It's been green the whole race so far, so we'll just have to see what continues to go on as Bobby Joe is still dominating the race so far.
But the 8 here is also battling it out with Dan Collison here for P4, so you know he's getting caught up to Dan here as they're getting the 0-2 caught up to him here. Adam's still trying to make it happen back here. He's going to have to try to keep it to where he don't burn the tires off of it here in these last 31 and try to make his way up here to close that gap on the 0-2 of Lane here. Andrew currently going to fall behind here with a 14-second gap. I'm not really sure what happened. Maybe a bad pit. But it does happen. But you know what? A P3 is a good finish. I'd be happy with a P3. That's a podium finish here. Dan Collison back here now getting ready to battle it out with the 8 of Ronald. But that 0-2 is still knocking on their back door here. We got 30 laps to go here. We're going to see what happens here in these last few laps.
About to be a battle between 8 and 12 here, but Bobby Joe is still trying to close that gap between them right now. About to be a battle for 5th right here now, and Bobby Joe now is still trying to close that gap.
As these two get side by side, that's definitely going to put that 0-2 up there with them. So it's definitely going to make it a little bit harder for that 0-2 to get around safely without Adam trying to catch up. You know, Adam, that's going to be able to give Adam a little bit of momentum too to be able to get caught up to the leader.
I just seen 8 and 12 just touch a little bit. They're knocking doors right now, and that's how you race right there, guys. Good job.
Oh, and there's going to be a caution.
I just saw that.
That's actually going to save them from going a lap down as well, I believe. That should save them from going a lap down, I believe. And that will also put Joe Flack back on the lead lap. Now the pace car out. Let's see if we could go back real quick and take a look at that as we're pacing here. We'll take it in slow motion here. Take a closer look here. Dan's going to just bump into them there. They have plenty of room there, but they definitely just going to get into each other, just racing hard, for position. So, I mean, I get it, but these cars right here, you really can't bump them from behind or they'll definitely break free because these cars just lift up from the rear here when you get into each other. So, that's just how it goes. All right, everybody. Now we're going to have everybody getting on pit road here. Going to grab some fresh tires and get back to racing here.
Perfect time to come to the pit road on the caution right now.
It's going to give these guys a real good shot here. That 82 is going to get a little bit of more of a chance here to try to push his way here up to that 02. Everything he's got these last few laps here. Also, we're going to see the 31 of Andrew here now going to be up close as well. Looks like everybody went into pit but Joe Flack. Joe Flack's going to stay out there. That should put him to the end of the line because he did get the wave around there. So he should go towards the end of the line here. And we'll get restarted here for green flag for 20 laps.
That right there was just the only caution we had this whole time of this race. And it's looking pretty good, though.
Yes, sir. 100 laps, almost caution-free. That's a good race at any racetrack. You can't get better than that. So we're excited to see if this season's going to be a lot of caution-free races or if it's just going to be a big wreck fest. We'll see, though,
Pace car's off. Get ready for this restart. Green flag.
Now Andrew to the inside, looking for that P2 already from the start. Now the 82 going to push up a little bit high on that corner, but he's going to have to push off low there to get the speed he needs.
82 got a little loose coming in the exit off of turn 2 now, and Bobby Joe is still holding good lead now in this restart. Now front straightaway. Ooh, he touched it hard a little bit.
Pushing it hard. He's pushing it hard. Last few laps to go. He's giving it everything he's got. But that's going to hurt you. If you keep scrubbing the wall, you're going to have to make it happen without scrubbing the wall. Let's go.
Good and well, guys, keep it together. You still got 19 laps to go. Now 18 passes this line. Side by side now, Bobby Joe with the 82 now. Coming around 1 and 2, going heading back straight away.
Looking for a lead change here.
Looking for a good lead change here.
02 getting a little bit free coming off the corner here now on the high side, but the 31 of Andrew now pushing down low here, almost 3 wide there, peaking for just a minute. This is going to give them the better run with them two hooked up together on that bottom side in the corner.
Having that caution brought this field a little bit closer now. Andrew now side by side with Bobby Joe now going to front straightaway.
Bobby Joe now going to try to look back into the inside to get the better run. Joe Flack hitting the wall really hard there. He's still in the wall there. It's getting hard to get off the wall as soon as you get it on the wall. Oh, now going to get into some trouble there. Definitely 15 laps to go. It didn't throw a caution there. Single car incident, unfortunately. So that's really... But that's how it goes, unfortunately. All right, everybody. Now... with the race going on here, still a lot of laps here, 14 laps to go. A lot of changes can happen as long as they make their moves here.
Hey, dude, man, he swung back from the heat. Man, now he's feeling the heat coming now, holding the pole position with Andrew right behind him on the front straightaway.
Andrew looking to take that Chase and Muscle car to the front and take a win here.
That would be a good preseason win for Andrew. He's now right behind Adam now, coming in the front straightaway.
Now, with 12 laps to go here this round.
Look like Joe's got too much damage there to continue.
It definitely looks like Joe's going to be towing there. It's going to maybe not give him enough time. Hopefully he'll get back out and run at least 1 or 2 laps before the race is over. But we're at almost 10 to go here, everybody. The 82 of Adam. New driver here, Heart to Heart. Putting out a great race here so far. He won our heat race earlier on. Now looking very consistent here in this feature. As long as he keeps it off the wall, he might have it. We'll see. But P2 of 31 of Andrew now looking really good here. Trying his best to push the 02 back here. Now scraping the wall with the 8 right behind him here. As they're putting on a lot of battles here. Close on back here. Dan the man in the number 12 back here is giving it all he can.
Andrew now trying to close the gap in the 82, and Bobby Joe not too far behind Andrew now, just hanging back with the 8.
Now with 10 laps to go, this is going to be the moment. You're really going to have to push the car to its limits and try your best to stay off that wall. Try your best to get that momentum to gain the cars in front of you, because right now you can't hold back at all. You have to give it everything it's got.
I'd be giving it all it's got right there at 20 laps to go. And be definitely giving it all it's got when you got 7 laps to go.
Andrew still trying his best to squeeze everything he can get out of every lap right now with 6 laps to go. The 82's looking very smooth here, holding a very consistent line here.
Single file now front straightaway as Andrew now trying to catch up to 82. He now going into 1 to 2.
82 just trying to look to hit those points every lap.
To go.
Take a lane back here in P3. You know, not a bad finish. Led most of the race here. Put out a really good race tonight in that Bass Tire 02. I have to say he did an outstanding job. Honestly, if there wasn't a caution, I think he might have had it in the bag. But he put out a good race tonight. Got to say, really showed out for his sponsors tonight for this off-season little run here, practice race. 3 laps to go, everybody. Now, as we get ready to finish up here with Heart to Heart Motorsports at Richmond.
2 to go. There's still a good gap between 82 and Andrew and 31 now in second place. Bobby Joe, still a little bit distance between Andrew too, but he's still trying to close that gap. We got a final lap.
82 just has to hold it consistent for one more lap.
Adam Robinson, he's been fast all night, including the heat win. And here he comes, round turn 4 now, and getting his first pre-sprint victory. Adam Robinson.
He's going to pull it off. Great run. Here's going to be your race results, everybody. Adam Robinson in P1, everybody, with Andrew Longmire going to take in P2. Bobby Joe Lane's going to be in P3 with Dan Cullison in P4. Ronald Robinson going to be in P5 with Joe Flash going to take into P7. Not really sure what happened to Daniel, but he ended up in that P7 spot. Hopefully he'll be able to make it into the next one we have. Everybody, we're going to be cranking up a lot of these before the season starts just to make sure everything's good. Here's going to be your race winner, everybody, as he takes his way down here to victory lane here. Going to go burning down here. Awesome run by that 82 tonight. Great run by all the drivers. I want to say thank you to everybody for watching Heart to Heart Motorsports. Thank you for believing us in all of us, everybody, all of the sponsors that support us and giving us a chance to be able to come out on this racetrack and give it everything we got. It's something we all really enjoy, and it's able to bring an exciting thing to everyone. So glad we're a part of this and a part of this racing community. And thank you to everyone. Just overall, thank you to all of you, all of the sponsors. Much love to all of you, and I hope so much that you will catch us and hit that subscribe button for the new season starting October 22nd with the Late Model Series on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thank you so much, and I hope you all have a wonderful and amazing night.
We will see you October 22nd for opening season for the Late Model Series.